have been to the zoo. I say, I have been to the zoo, mister. I have been to the zoo. I went to the zoo, and then I walked until I came here. Have I been walking north? Is that Fifth Avenue? And what is that cross street there? That one on the right. And the zoo is around 65th Street. So I have been walking north. Good old north. But not too north. Well, boy, you are not going to get lung cancer, are you? No, sir. You probably get a cancer of the mouth, and then you will have to wear one of those things throat or after they took one whole side of his jaw away. What they do call those things? That very thing, a prosthesis. You're an educated man, are you? Are you a doctor? Well, Time magazine isn't for blockheads. Boy, I'm glad that's Fifth Avenue there. I don't like the west side of the park much. I don't know. Do you mind if we talk? Yes, you do? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's a nice day. I have been to the zoo. You'll read about it in the papers tomorrow if you don't see it on your TV show, the TV tonight. You have TV, haven't you? You're married. It isn't a law for a good sake. And you have a wife, wow. And you have children. Boys? But you wanted boys. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. You're not going to have any more kids, are you? The way you cross your leg, perhaps. Something in the voice. Or maybe I'm just guessing. Is it your wife? That is the way the cookie crumbles. Well, now what else? I'll tell you about it soon. Do you mind if I ask questions? I'll tell you why I do it. I don't talk to many people. I accept to say like, give me a beer, and then where does John or what time does the feature go on? Keep your hands to yourself, buddy. You know, things like that. But every once in a while, I talk to somebody. Really talk. Like to get to know somebody. Know all about him. On the during Sunday afternoon, like this. Oh, better than a nice married man with the 2 daughters and a dog. No, 2 dogs? No dogs. Oh, that's a shame, but you're like an animal man. Cats. Cats, but that can be your idea. No, sir. Your wife and daughters? Is there anything else I should know? birds? Do they carry disease, the birds? That's too bad. If they did, could set them to loose in the house and the cats should eat them and die. Maybe. And what else? What do you do to support your enormous household? Household. That sounds nice, very nice. What do you make? Oh, come on. Well, I make around 18,000 a year, but don't care. Don't carry more than $40 at any one time. In the case you are a hold up, man. Where do you live? Oh, look, I'm not going to rob you, and I'm not going to kidnap your parakeets, your cats, or your daughters. That wasn't so hard, wasn't it? I'll start working around a while, and eventually I'll sit down until you see the expression in his face. Hmm, the what? The zoo? Oh, the zoo. Oh yes, the zoo. I was there before I came here. I told you that. Say, what's the diving line between upper middle class and lower upper middle class? Don't, my dear, follow me. And when you're bewildered, you become patronizing. Oh no, oh no. You didn't say that. Alright. Who are your favorite writers? Boulder and J.P. Morgan? Skip it. Do you know what I did before I went to the zoo today? I walked all the way up Fifth Avenue from Washington Square all the way. No, I don't. I took the subway down to the village so I could walk all the way up Fifth Avenue at the zoo. To the zoo. It's one of those things a person has to do sometimes. A person has to go very long distance out of his way to become a short distance correctly. What were you trying to do? Make sense of things? Bring order to all big huddle bit? Well, that's easy. I tell you. I live in a four-story brownstone rooming house on the upper west side between Columbus Avenue and Central Park West. I live on the top floor, rear west. It is a laughably small room, and one of my walls is made from beaver brood. This beaver brood spread my room from another laughably small room. So I assume that the two rooms were once a small room, but not necessarily laughable. The room beyond my before bird wall is occupied by a colored queen who always keep his door open wall. Not always, but always when to pluck his eyebrows, which he does the Buddhist concentration. The scholar queen has wooden teeth, which is rare, and has a Japanese kimono, which is also pretty rare. And he wears this kimono to perform John in the wall, which is pretty frequent. I mean, he goes to the John a lot. He never bothers me, and never brings anyone up to his room. All he does is pluck his eyebrows, wear his kimono, go to the John. Now, the two front rooms on my floor are a little larger, I guess, but they're pretty small too. There's a Puerto Rican family in one of them, a husband, a wife, and some kids, I don't know how many. These people are telling a lot. And in our front room, there is somebody living there. But I don't know who it is. I've never seen who it is. Never. Never ever. I don't know. Well, no. Isn't a part of the E70s. But then again, I don't have one wife, two daughters, two cats, and two parakeets. What I do have, I have a toilet articles, a few clothes, a hot plate that I am not supposed to have, a can opener, one of that works with a key, a knife, two fork, and two spoon, one small, one large, three plates, a cup, a saucer, a drinking glass, two picture frames, both empty, eight of or nine books pack of pornographic, playing cards, regular deck, an old Western Union typewriter, and that's print nothing but capital letters. And a small strong bowl without a lock which has in it what? Rocks, yeah, some rocks, surrounded rocks I picked on the beach when I was a kid, and which written down some letters. Please, some letters. Please, why don't you do this? And please, when you will do that letters, and when the letters do, when will you write? When you will come? When? These letters are from recent years. I don't see why they did any expression at all. Is it clear? I don't have a picture anyone put it in. You are a very sweet man. You are supposed to of your truly amiable innocence. But good old man and good old pop are dead. You know, I'm brooding up about you. I mean really, but that particular Vanderbilt act is playing the cold circle now. So I don't see how I can look at them, all neat and framed besides, or rather to be pointed about it. Good old mom walking up a good old pop when I was 10 and of years old. She embarked on the auditor's turn of our certain state, a journey of a year duration, and her most constant companion, among many others, was Mr. Barleycorn, at least Constance. At least that's what the good old pop told me after he went down. Came back, brought her body north, received the news between Christmas and New Year's. You see, that gold old mom had parted with a ghost in the some dump in Alabama, and without the ghost, she was last welcome. I mean, look at she's stiff, Norton stiff. Any rate, God old pop celebrated the New Year and even 2 weeks, and then she slapped into the front of somewhat moving omnibus, which short of good things our family wise well known. Then there was a mommy's sister, who was given neither to sin nor to consolation for a bottle. I'm moving on. Her and my memory on her is slight, accepting I remember still that she did all things thoroughly, sleeping, eating, working, praying. She dropped that on the stair to her apartment. My apartment then, too, on the afternoon of my high school graduation. A terribly middle urban joke if you ask me. Oh, you're what? But that was the long time ago. I have no feeling of any of it that I care to admit myself. Perhaps you can see, though, why good old mom and good old pop are friendless. What's your name? Your first name? Oh, I forgot to ask you. I'm Jerry. Now, let's see now what's the point of having girls' picture, especially in the two frame. I have two pictures. You remember? I never see the pretty little ladies more than once, and most of them wouldn't be caught in the some room with camera. It's odd, and it's sad. No wonder I no I wonder if it said that I never see a little ladies more than once. I've never been able to have sex with or have is it good? Make love to make love to anybody more than once. Once that is a wait or for a week and a half when I was 15 and I hang up my head in the shame that puberty was late. I was HOMOSEXUARL. I mean, I was a queer. With the bell ringing, banners snapping in the wind, and for those 11 days, I met at least twice a day, met a part super dense son, a Greek boy whose birthday was the same as mine, except he was a year older, I think. I was very much in love, maybe with the sex. But that was the gist of every hotel, special hotel, wasn't it? And now, oh dude, I love the little ladies, really. I love them. For about an hour. Look, are you going to tell me to get married and have pancakes? Alright. I'm sorry. Alright, you're not angry. Good. Interesting that you have asked me about the picture frame. I would have thought that I would have asked me about pornographic playing cards. That's not the point. I suppose when I were a kid, you and your pals passed them around, or you had a pup of your own, and you threw them away just before you got married. No. So don't besides, I wasn't trying to plumb your post-adolescent sexual life and hard times. That I wanted to get as it the value difference between pornographic playing cards when you're a kid and pornographic playing card when you're older. Isn't that right? When you were a kid, use the cards as a substitute for real experience, and when you're older, use a real experience as a substitute for the fantasy. But I imagine you're ready to hear about what happened in the zoo. Let me tell you about why I went. Well, let me tell you some things. I have told you about the fourth floor of the rooming house where I live. I think the rooms are better as you go down floor by floor. I guess they are. I don't know. I don't know any of the people of the third and the second floor. Oh wait, I know. I do know that there's a lady living on the third floor in the front. I know because she cries all the time. Whenever I go out or come back in, whenever I pass her door, I always heard, I always hear her crying. Muffled, but very determined. Very determined, indeed. But the one I'm getting to, and all about the dog, is the landlady. I don't like to use words that are harsh to too harsh to is describing people. I don't like to, but the landlady is fat, ugly, mean, stupid, unwashed, misanthropic, cheap, broken bag of garbage. And you may have noticed that I very seldom use profanity so I can't describe her as well as I might. Well, thanks anyway. She has a dog, and I will tell you about the dog. She and her dog are the gatekeepers of my dwelling. The woman is bad enough. She leans around him the entrance hall, trying to see what I don't bring in the things or people. And when she's a bad her with the afternoon pin of the lemon flavors, again, she always stops me in the hall and grabs a hold of my coat and my arm. She pressed her disgusting body up against me to keep me in the corner so she can talk to me. She smelled her body and her breath. You can imagine. And somewhere in the back of the pea-sized brain of hers, an organ developed just enough to let her eat, drink, and emit. She has some full parody of sexual desire, and Peter, I am the object of her sweaty lust. But I have found a way to keep her off. When she talks to me, when she presses herself to my body and mumbles about her room and how I should come there, I'm really say, but love, wasn't yesterday enough for you? Or the day before? Then she pauses. She makes fun of her tiny eyes. She always a little. And then Peter, and it is that this moment I think I might be doing some good in that tormented house. A simple-minded simple begins to form on her unthinkable face, and she giggles and groans as she thinks about yesterday and the day before, as she believes, and she lives what never happened. Then she motioned to that black monster of a dog she has, and she goes back to her room, and I sat until our next meeting. It's for reading about, isn't it? Oh, yes, the dog. Well, no, I don't think so. You're because after I tell you about the dog, do you know what do you know what then? Then then I'll tell you what happened at the zoo. You don't have to listen. Nobody is holding here. Remember that. Keep that in your mind. You do? Good.